What is going on? In today's video, we are going to be talking about Ian Maatsen and what this means for Chelsea with the sale of this young left back winger, which we obviously knew he was going to be sold this summer, but not to Bay, which again is quite surprising when you do think about it. Now, what we are going to look at is the subreddit Chelsea FC to talk about exactly what this means for the club itself, because like I said, there are some talking points to this. The big thing is that he will be going to Aston Villa for a price around 35 million, if not a little more. Now, to back things up, what this means is that Bay did have a contract or release clause for him, but there was an expiration date. We did not get that activated from Bay, and therefore, again, this opened up the doors for him to go to any club, which, again, like I said, we were pretty much going to be selling him this summer. He's a great player, 22 years old, but I don't think his time at Chelsea have been that great this last season. Really didn't do a whole lot. Then went on loan, and we saw him in the Champions League final, and yes, we know how that went for him. But the fact is, we are going to be getting 35 million, which does open up the window for us to look at a few different people. And as people are mentioning, Duran time might be a possibility now, especially since we are selling to Aston Villa. There's a possibility that we're sending a player and they're going to send a player back, which again, this has been kind of linked back and forth with Durham. And this could be a huge signing for Chelsea because we obviously are still looking for an attacking player. And I think Durham has the capability of being a very good player. I think we saw that last year at Aston Villa. Now, whether that Emmy Martin getting the best or Emery getting the best out of this player, who knows, because Aston Villa obviously did play very well last season. But I do want to know, what do you guys think about this sale? It will be a 6-year contract for Aston Villa. I think, again, it's going to be a shame to see him play next season against us. And as we all know how this goes for most ex-Chelsea players, they seem to play amazing and if not score a goal, there's a good possibility that this could happen again for Ian Maatsen against Chelsea. But that being said, I think this is a very good deal. We should recommend or say that the board has done quite well when it comes to selling players. I know there's still been issues with what the board's been doing behind the scenes, but when it comes to sales on players so far since they've taken over, I want to say they've actually done fairly well business-wise. If you think about last year, all the players that we sold to get off the books to also decrease the bloatingness we had in the squad, they did a great job this season so far already. Selling Ian Maatsen, I think that is a great sale. We are then going to be seeing other players most likely being sold this summer. But on top of that, we are then going to be seeing us buying players. Now, again, I do want to know, what do you guys think on who will be the player to come in off this sale? Because obviously Chelsea are going to be looking at a few different players. I think we're still looking to bolster that midfield, even though if you have not seen, Romeo Lavia has been back to fitness training. He looks great. I have a feeling he's going to be a key player this summer and this upcoming season for Maresca. I think he can be a very key, solid player in our midfield, along with Enzo and possibly who else we have, Concedo. I don't know if Gallagher's still going to be here. That obviously is going to be questionable. But overall, I'm happy with what we're seeing already this summer. I think there's been some big moves, not just in Chelsea, but in the Premier League itself. I think this summer is going to be wild all over the place. We will keep more videos up to date on what's all going on at this club. But like I said, we've done some good business already. And I think this is another one of those good businesses by selling the player. Yes, at 22, there are plenty of potential for this player to go on and be a great player, but I think for the price range that we're getting, and obviously our left backs that we already have at this club, it's hard to say that he would be a good option to keep on the bench and most likely loan on again. I want to have this player again thrive at another club, see him play well. He deserves it. He's already done it quite well. And there are obviously teams that really want this player who then can excel and utilize this player for their tactics. I think at Aston Villa, it's a great spot for him to go. Again, I am worried at how he does play against Chelsea, but overall, I think it's great business for everyone. I do want to know, though, what do you guys think? Do you think this was a good sell? Do you think we will go and get Duran then to come in for Chelsea? Or do you think we'll go for another attacking player? Because obviously the market is still wide open for players to come into this club. But like I said, there is that link now to Aston Villa because they were talking about when they were trying to sell him that they wanted to also attach a player. Now that we sold them a player, I have a feeling that that will open the gate for him to come into Chelsea as well. And who knows how those fees will go, how long the contract will go. That's totally up to the board. If we know them for anything, it's going to be a long contract more than likely. But overall, this is going to be a good deal from both parties. And I do look forward to what does come from all this. Again, plenty of time to come with the window yet, and obviously we want to see what we can bring in for Maresca because we do need to get in these players that can play with his type of style Already have quite a few players, but like I said, we do also want to get rid of the players that most likely will not fit his system because there's no reason to keep them around. And if we get some money for them, it makes sense to sell them. So that is all I have for you today in this video. If you did enjoy this video, make sure to hit the like button, subscribe down below. I greatly appreciate that, and I will see you in our next video.